everyone. Hello, Twitch. Happy Saturday. How we doing tonight? What's happening? What be happening?
Cheers.
Cheers, Mel. Thank you for that resub. 5 months. Thank you, thank you. And so before we get into pouring, I need your vote. Wrong button. Wonder if I could actually... I don't think I can. I think there's too much to combine those two screens on my stream deck. But Mel, what can we have some more of in that jardiniere in the middle of next month? Hey, Cosmic. New house issues, huh? Jalapeno. Awesome, Cosmic. So what's new? What's happening today? What's everyone up to on a Saturday? Other than waiting on washers and dryers? I sort of wish I had a newer washer and dryer. I've got the renter special. The probably made in 1990, but 50 years old, even in 1990, double stacked. No bells or whistles whatsoever. You know, it just gets things wet and then mildly dries them. Oh, what I would love to have my dryer that I had in San Pedro back. I miss front-loading machines. Hello, Kesame. Hello, Cosmic. Hello, Mel. Hello, Will. I didn't say hello to everyone. Start off the stream here. Happy to have everyone in bright and late on a Saturday. I tried to adult today too. My brain wasn't happening either. It just doesn't, like, it still is sort of an overcast and blah day. So it's just, I find a lot of times the weather affects me without even paying attention to the weather myself. Like, I'll be blah and it'll be a horrible day and I'll look outside and be like, yeah, that sort of fits. I need to be a little more stringent on myself. I need to adult more than I do. I've been doing a lot better at it the last month or so here, but that doesn't change that I need to be overall better at it. Cheers, folks. Thank you for joining with me tonight. Bacon and pork. I don't remember how much bacon I have, and I have no idea how far it's going to stretch with this. We're going to see. Piece of pork has just been weeping moisture the entire time. It's amazing to me. They can fit this much. And I've watched videos on the detailed stuff that they do to chicken and stuff like that. Hey, Master of Splits. So that's about what our roast is going to be. That's going to be 4 or 5 right there. That gives us 1 or a couple more. A few more. Sorry, grammar police. Is that going to reach all the way around? Not quite. So I guess we're doing a bit of this action. I was debating wrapping around the sides, but I think we're just going to go excessively around the middle. Actually, I can probably do this with 3. So much for keeping the coffee out of the sink. Coffee. I didn't realize it was National Coffee Day yesterday. I missed out on free coffee all over the place. Did anyone else score any free coffee yesterday? Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Thankfully, it's pulled back out. Hey, Jim Brassian. Not at all. We do that sort of stuff all the time. Actually, if you look at classic, like really classic, like old school French royalty stuff, fine dining stuff, like sort of the beginnings of fine dining as we know our history today. It was stolen from someone else. they would take animals and essentially recreate them in food form. Like the roasts would look like the original animal. And they would do things like actually have equivalents of intestines and stuff like that that would fall out when you cut into the roasts. I think it's a very interesting departure from where we are today, where we seem to be afraid to even recognize where our food comes from. Alright, so we have our somewhat ugly at this point roast. That's going to get prettier. I'm not going to, but I could. Gets even, I mean, you were saying milk and beef? The whole reason that we have veal is because of milk. We'll set that to the side, allow that to warm up to room temp a little bit while I work on some other stuff. Prep our taters, prep our broccoli. Yeah, I don't have much in that department. Not very humorous. Unless you mean the bone. I definitely have the bone still. But woohoo! Washer and dryer. Time to break out the aluminum tape. Those appliance movers, used to that stuff. They got those fancy, in most cases, they have those fancy lifts these days that make that not a big issue. Yeah, I'm them crazy. Actually, I think it gets even worse than that, Mel. I'm pretty sure that word was officially spelled and pronunciated differently in the UK and the US, and then they changed it. Like that was going to make it less confusing. But then again, we live in the United States. We have two measures of the foot. It's caused buildings to lose floors because they use the wrong measure of a foot. Hey, Nan Reader. Cover those with some water. Start preheating our oven. Let's make sure these things aren't gigantic. And let's give them some fresh cuts because their bases are not looking all that hot. They're like mini Christmas trees. You got to give them a fresh cut in the bottom. Really, how's that? How do I decide your breakfast? By what I make at dinner tonight. You're not sneaking in my house or something, are you? Motivation. That's a good one. I'll take that. That's looking rather ugly. Let's just toss that. So bacon and broccoli over here too. I think you should roll your own tortillas and make breakfast burritos. I left the parsley out. How dare I? Sunflower oil. Oh, that's horrible, Cosmic. That sounds like how my morning went. Like, I was complaining about being low energy today. What happened this morning may have been a good cause of it. Because I went to try and repair the shade that broke on me over here the other night. And I nearly, like, destroyed everything over here. Like, I should check. Did I fall on my computer too? No. Okay. But, like, I've got a big plastic Rubbermaid down here that I use for cans and bottles and that sort of stuff. I absolutely fell on top of that thing and absolutely shattered it. I haven't cleaned it up yet. I broke off part of my plant in the corner. I knocked over the Twitch sign and broke that. I super glued that back together. Like, I'm lucky I didn't take out the lava lamp. The boxes in my subwoofer in the corner here. This whole thing over here. This whole thing here. There's a wooden box here underneath the Boris. And that's where my subwoofer for my computer speakers is. I knocked that out of place. I probably knocked the screen out of place. I made sure the screen was okay. But, like, and to top it off, I still don't have that screen back up there because I'm sort of thinking I might have bought the wrong mounts. Not a good morning. Yes, I watched well, I've sort of burnt out on 3.0, but I've watched both 2 and 3. I sort of have to limit myself with that. Well, it's basic, like, I don't think anyone's really playing on there anymore, like, other than a few people right now. Like, everyone's off on other servers and stuff now, because they're doing stuff for 4, and Onyx, and all that. I have no idea how that's all gonna pan out. But yeah, I have to limit myself with RP. Like, I'm putting myself in Hassan's crowd. Even just watching it, I just get too involved. I need to not. It's just not a good plan. Bit of salt. Worcestershire. Yeah, I don't talk about RP a ton on stream, but I actually have a sock account. It's named after DW thing. And it's got easily 150, if not more, just role players that I'm following. Actually, one of my most successful raids I ever had was raiding Saab. He got me like 15 followers. That was awesome. Especially since everyone that watches Saab hates him. Garlic, ginger, red pepper. Whoa. Forgot I don't have a strainer on the top of that one. We'll leave it at that. Yeah, TwitchCon was a little surreal in that sense too, because I ended up in a bar with like everyone. I was like, everywhere I look, I know them, I know them. None of you know me, but I know you, I know you. Nice. No, I wasn't into streaming or any of that until around the NoPixel 2.0 boom. So like I never was part of the ARMA stuff. I've heard lots, but no. Alright, so that's set to go in the oven. Dad joke? I don't know. I don't know whether to like or hate that joke. An East Sider in 2.0? No. Though to this day, I still think of that house as Saab's whenever I see it. Alright, what all do I need to get going here besides our pork? I think we're there already, chat. We'll do gravy first. Yeah. Oh, loud. don't know if I have or not, Mel. I think I have. I haven't done fries a lot on stream. I've done fries a couple of times. Usually I just do like roasted potatoes. Because people get all... Partly because I don't care that much. And partly because people are all like, that's how you have to do fries. It's not... There's not many things, like... Yeah. But you gotta have the squeaky curds. That's another problem for me. Like, I can find cheese curds, but they're not cheese curds. And I don't know if it's just the difference between having it served to me and pulling them out of that vacuum packed cheese package, but they just don't hit the same. And you gotta have the squeak. And start off a roux here for our gravy. Turn off the heat there because it's getting too hot too quick. And let's do water. I think I did water last time to start this off. Vegemite. So this was so good the other night that I'm replicating it again tonight. I tried this out for the apple butter challenge on Wednesday, and it was outstanding. I mean, I think we all know apples and pork go well together, but the savoriness of the Vegemite and the spiciness of the mustard, it just was awesome. To start preheating the pan down here. And then we got our apple butter from the other night. If I can find where I hid that. It's down here because I don't have room up top. Yep, that's right where I wanted your earbud. Where'd you go? And we'll go back over on the stove. Maybe. If my bots want to listen to me. Over on the stove. Need to trim my mustache. I'm saying that because I'm getting mustache hairs poking my lip. Did you want the other side? I'm going to assume that you wanted the other side. Little Grey Poupon. For anyone new and not knowing the whole new camera setup, there is a timer that's up over in that top corner, 30-second timer. So it disables them for 30 seconds, and when that timer comes off, it should slowly come back. I've noticed they've been not popping up immediately, but they take a couple of seconds to sort of pop up. And I'm still working on prices of stuff, trying to make things work. The themes are no longer charging no longer charging channel points, so people can use those points towards cameras and other fun things. I guess I need a whisk for this. I was trying to avoid that, but I guess I'll get it dirty. Salt, pepper, MSG, garlic. Yeah, that's just awesome. I still have apple butter. Broccoli, I'm gonna throw broccoli into the oven. Actually, we want that this direction so we can fit the pan in there later. "40-minute timer on that. Flame back on our sauce here to bring that up to a boil. And I'm actually going to add a bit more water in there just because we're going to be cooking that for a while and it's going to reduce down. So the longer you cook things with a roux, the typically, well, you really only need about 20 minutes, but the better, longer the better, typically. 2 for a roux to get that raw flour flavor and just make everything happy. Putting the flour away. What are you looking at, Mr. Wiggles? You're looking at the door. Why are you looking at the door? Come over here. I don't even know how you got pointing that way. Got a nice smoking hot pan on the other side of the stove. Stove camera. Stove camera. There we go. Touch of oil in that pan. Just a little bit. And we're going to start searing our meat. And I'm going to skip that. That was dangerous. I almost pulled my, I don't know if you caught that over there, but I almost pulled my little measuring cup, glass measuring cup, off the counter because it hooked on the drip tray to my cutting board. Zoom right. Really doesn't like the word zoom. Oh, that's zoom left was what I wanted. That's a bummer. Cosmic, if you're still lurking around. That would be a royal, like, you're all set up, you've been waiting for them, and then, no. Yeah. So all I'm really doing here with this right now is getting a nice sear on the outside. And I'm going to doing it relatively cold for searing, because it's a big roast and we can cook it for a while, and I'm not worried about that, and I'd much rather not blast it with heat and burn something. And so we'll start off slow and get a nice sear on a good part of it, tighten up that bacon against the pork, cook it so the proteins will sort of glue together, and then we'll throw the whole thing in the oven to finish it to the proper temp. In with the broccoli. I just realized I said all that while we're in an ad break, so I'm gonna have to repeat myself. I wonder if Twitch, like, I don't really think they penalize people. Like, I wonder if you lose visibility from changing categories multiple times in a stream. That sort of, like, it's understandable if you're, going from one game and you've played for an hour or two and you're going to another game. But at the same time, I would think it would be something they would want to dissuade people from doing, is jumping around to try and get a greater audience. I said that because I started tonight's stream off and just chatting. You're starting to see some steam there from the other side of the stove, because you'd be bubbling over here. getting close to having another playlist. I've been working on this one for quite a while. Not in that I've spent tons of time on it, but more that it's taken me forever to come up with my next playlist. But I'm working on one I'm calling it my lounge playlist, but it's got a little more electric to it, a little more hip hop to it than past ones, but it's still, I think, somewhat in the same vein. Somewhat. Food Wars dishes? Nah. Is that a show? It's been ages since I've watched any sort of like food TV or anything like that. But welcome in, Bowser. Happy to see you in. Doing an extra stream tonight. I'm not normally a Saturday night streamer. Thank you, Fractal. Alright, let's give this pork a turn. It's been sitting here long enough. And if you want to change camera view, you can with channel points. Those just joining in over on the other side of the stove here. This is an unusual gravy that I came up with on Wednesday. I do ingredient challenges on stream on Wednesdays, and I had to work with apple butter. And so I sort of conjured up a gravy using Vegemite, mustard, and apple butter, and that stuff is amazing. We're going to reduce that down a little bit. It's a little too watery right now, but I added extra water so that it can cook longer. We're going to pour that all over some mashed potatoes and that pork once it's done cooking. Got broccoli in the stove, or in the oven. Ooh. Yeah, prions are an issue. But you're still here, so there's that. But yeah, I've come across a couple of people who've gotten some nasty stuff from meats, and there's that tick disease that makes it so you can't eat certain proteins, and but one, I would consider that very likely to be very rare, and two, like, there's very little with American raised pork that I'm not worried about that here. Yes, we definitely need a smell cam. I thought I read something about Japanese people trying to make something along that line at one point. Didn't they have like a... I seem to remember that. Thank you. We're just getting started. Though I will be honest, tonight being an extra stream, we might be... I'm not looking to spend all night here streaming tonight. I'm just looking to make dinner and hang out. I appreciate you being here, Mel. Still a little sloppy to move around. It's still too raw and, and wiggly. 24-hour stream win? Probably never. I tried once and fell asleep like 16, 18 hours in. I'm old. You notice the gray hair? But I did just recently do an 8+ hour stream. Made some chicken stock not too long ago. Made some apple jam. Got a whole bunch of that in my fridge still. Well, the 24-hour one I was doing was a lot more Minecraft and stuff. When I absolutely burnt myself out on Minecraft, though. I'm still watching some of the stuff that's going on with like Hermitcraft and stuff like that, but I haven't logged into my server in, I don't know, 2 months, something like that. But yeah, that 8-hour stream, if you want to watch that, that's up on the YouTube's. Or you can watch it here. I think it's still here. But I've limited my VODs to subs on Twitch because Twitch isn't interested in VODs. They're not interested in storing them. Why should I be interested in, making them money off of them? I'm actually moving it up, so I was delaying my YouTube streams by 2 weeks, but I took a week out of that with my recent vacation. And so now it's going to be every week they should be the previous weeks up there on the next Monday. Ooh, vertigo, not fun. I had a professor that got vertigo when I was in culinary school. It is not, yeah. I sympathize. That's not a fun thing to, just randomly getting dizzy. I'll probably eventually get back into it, but I just got so much other stuff that's on my, plate right now that actually for the last good 10, 15 years, it's been like, yeah, is this accomplishing me anything in life? No? Okay, I gotta avoid that. I would have no clue. I haven't read that much on it. There's all sorts of weird food, and we know so little about our bodies. Like, on one hand, I don't want to put down what doctors and all of them have done over the last several centuries, but we don't know anything about our bodies. We're just scraping the surface with the interactions and stuff, bacteria and body biomes and I'm gonna turn the flame off on the pork here. Put together ourselves a little roasting pan. Come here, celery. Get out of there. over on the board. Over on the board. Ah, come on, camera. Making me push buttons. So this is going to go in the stove oven like this. Oven's at 350. We're just going to coast this until it's done. Obviously, it's not cooked through. And celery's there just to keep it from hitting the bottom and burning. Broccoli looking okay. Now we're going to take our gravy and turn it into an actual gravy by adding the drippings from our pork in there, or adding it to our pork drippings. Over on the stove. None of my audio working tonight. Why aren't you working, voice attack? I know why you're not working, but I don't have a good solution. That's not quite. That's not there. That needs a little bit more of a clean out. Don't have to use celery too, but I like using celery for that. It's relatively neutral. It's relatively cheap. Has a lot of moisture to it. But a lot of people use potatoes, carrots, onions, whatever you want. So flame back on our gravy. And back to reducing that. As soon as our cast iron on the other side there is dried, we'll start cooking our taters. I'm astonished that this has held up. I broke off the tip of this like at least 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago. And little super glue. It's held together. Which, the thing I'm really amazed with is super glue breaks around boiling water temp. Like, it doesn't handle extreme heat very well. And the idea that that's worked with dripping hot coffee and the steam and though I am now wondering how horrible cyanoacrylate, however you pronounce super glue's proper term, scientific name, how horrible that is for your health to eat. It's probably terrible for you. Certainly wouldn't suggest trying it while it's still in liquid form. That could be really a problem. Where's my water glass? I need my water glass. What are you trying to look at, camera? Yeah, I'm over here. Thank you. This is fine. It's still not hearing me tonight. This is fine. There we go. I can also make it rain. I can, well, I already did that for you. We can also do, oh, what else do we have? You got this for when it gets to being wintertime. Still working on how to do wind. Like, I don't have the lights able to flash for lightning, but working on that too. I guess we're just chilling. We got everything in the oven. We got another 5 minutes here waiting on our, at least until our broccoli is close to done. Now that's an appropriate dad joke. I like that one. What does chat think? Is it still beef? If two vegans are having an argument, is it still considered beef? I mean, what's the meat of the argument? Actually, I'm going to swap the gravy and the potatoes sides so that we can cook those potatoes a bit hotter, because this side's got a much bigger flame. Mostly because I've used this side too much and it needs to be recalibrated. I think we're going to take this last 90 seconds, we're going to take a look at the broccoli, see where it is, if it's fully cooked, if we need to leave it in there longer. And then I'm going to take a little AFK, and we'll allow things to just sort of simmer and cook, and we'll come back to wrap everything up. It's going to take another 20-30 minutes here between the potatoes cooking, the meat finishing in the oven. Yeah. That'll give us some time to throw some butter in this gravy. I didn't add any butter into this last time. Alright, broccoli's good. That's looking yummy. Especially when you start turning them over, they're going to have some nice browning on the other side. Okay, prove me wrong. Trying to prove me wrong there. You get some nice Maillard or caramelization, or I don't even know which it is. If it's sugars or protein action. And so we're going to give it another, I'm going to take let's say 10 minutes. And we'll be back to wrap up the sauce and make our mashed potatoes. So Enjoy your call.
Well, no wonder my laundry bill is so high. All those napkins last week.
Doeskin.
What?
You should use doeskin dinner napkins.
Paper napkins? Oh, no.
I don't mean thin little paper napkins, but doeskin dinner napkins. You'll love them.
Everybody loves doeskin dinner napkins. These soft linen-like napkins are two-ply in smart formal fold, in white and in beautiful pastel colors. And doeskin dinner napkins are big. They cover your whole lap, and they stay put. What's more, they last throughout the meal, and they leave no lint.
But they are nice. And they would save my linen.
They save you money, too. Doeskin dinner napkins cost only 49 cents for 5 dozen. That's a fraction of a penny apiece.
All right, Dottie.
You'll find doeskin dinner napkins, doeskin facial tissues, and other doeskin products at your favorite grocery, supermarket, department store, or drugstore. Look for the brown dispenser box.
Doeskin.
Say, do you remember this old milk glass satin hen? Well, you know, milk glass was an early American favorite. And when the folks in the old days wanted something really delightful, they'd take one of their milk glass goblets and pour some very fine wine right into it. Well, now, you know, it's Welch's wine that is keeping this wonderful tradition alive. A real wine for folks who really want the best. Yes, today's answer to this age-old family tradition is Welch's family wine, the answer to warm hospitality and really gracious living, and the wine that so many Americans enjoy these wintry days. You know, there is very good reason for this ever-increasing popularity of Welch's wine. Now, you folks know that all sweet Concord kosher wines are made from grape juice. And everybody knows who has been making the very finest grape juice for the past 85 years. Welch's, of course. And the only kosher wine made from Welch's grape juice is naturally Welch's kosher wine. Now, when you want the best in grape juice, you buy Welch's. So, doesn't it make sense, then, if you want the best and most delicious kosher wine, you insist on Welch's family wine? You get several bottles tomorrow. Try the half-gallon size. You enjoy the wine of all occasions. That's right, when it comes to wine, you'll do well to insist on Welch's.
When you have a Labatt's, you have an adventure. Canadian Light, that's Labatt's. It's a great new taste in beer. Enjoy import quality at USA prices. Have an adventure. Have a Labatt's.
I'm a guitar and I have strings. I like to play while someone sings. Hi, gang. Do you recognize this mouse guitar? It's just like the one the Mouseketeers gave me. And now Mattel Toy Makers, the people who made my mouse guitar, have a big surprise for you. You can have your very own mouse guitar just like mine. And look, I wrote out all the instructions so you can learn to play the songs we play on the show. Remember, gang, you can now get the mouse guitar wherever toys are sold for only $4. Hey, I almost forgot. Be sure to see the Mouseketeer Junior, too. Just turn the crank and it plays the Mouseketeer theme song. The Mouseketeer Junior is only $1.80. Be sure to look for this label, gang. You can tell it's Mattel. It's swell.
Hey, new Kellogg's OKs. Note the improvement? They put a bear on the box, which improved it so much, they decided to improve the cereal, too.
Oh, come on, Yogi. Let's be serious about Kellogg's new OKs, okay?
Like the Space Bears say, hey, okay.
Well, first, how nutritious are Kellogg's new OKs? Well, they're made from oats. And of all grains, oats are the richest in proteins and rich in other bodybuilding essentials, too. In fact, some people consider it their duty to eat oats. Yogi. But now, with a really delicious oat cereal like Kellogg's OKs around, people can have their oats and enjoy them, too. Especially Kellogg's new OKs. For Kellogg's new OKs are crispier... Cripsier and toastier, and therefore tastier than ever. So for the best in oats, get Kellogg's new OKs.
The one with the bear on the box. Suitable for Freeman.
Yes, sir. If you want real entertainment, the best place to find it is in front of a General Electric Black Daylight Big-as-Life television set. sports, comedy, drama, news, music. Yes, they're all yours, merely at the turn of a dial. This model has a big 16-inch black rectangular tube that lets you see everything that the camera sees, true to life and as big as life. Sparkling contrast and sharp focus give you pictures of such clarity that you feel you're right there on the scene. The cabinet, designed and constructed by America's leading cabinet makers, fits gracefully into any type of room. Genuine mahogany veneers, hand-rubbed for lasting beauty and durability, are just one example of the painstaking attention to every detail, which makes this cabinet one that you'll be proud to have in your home. The precision engineering and careful assembly techniques used in making this General Electric black daylight television set are your assurance of television at its finest. See it in operation at your General Electric dealers tomorrow. And when you see it, well, you'll know that you're seeing the best.
Welcome back, everyone. I don't know how long that was. I wasn't keeping a solid track of time. But yeah. Oh, hey, we want to look at the stove, not at the cutting board. The cutting board's rather boring right now. There's nothing going on over there. So, gravy been cooking slowly. Looking gorgeous. Our taters are nicely boiling. Let's take a look at this pork and see if this is cooked through or not. I'm liking how well that's cooked through. And needs another 5 or 10 minutes. It's not quite there. And it probably needs another 5 or 10 minutes to rust afterward. So, about what I was saying, about another 20 minutes. Potatoes, relatively there. I'm going to put a lid on those and just move those off of the heat and just let them carry over cook. We need to melt some butter and warm up some cream for our taters. It's a real heavy cream tonight since I had it going bad. Ooh. Should have grabbed butter for the gravy too. heat off on the gravy. We'll give that a couple seconds to cool down. Don't want to throw that gravy in there, or don't want to throw that butter in there while the gravy is still boiling hot. You want it just slightly cooler so that it emulsifies nicely. You don't want to immediately throw it in there and have it immediately break. I'm going to do that and it's going to immediately break, but want to get that mixed in as much as possible, and it'll actually thicken your gravy slightly on top of giving it a bit more gloss. It won't heavily thicken it, but ever so slightly. Ah, yeah, that's just what I wanted to do. Create a cream fire. Guess I gotta clean my burner underneath my burner now. Oopsies. Strain our potato liquid, the boiling liquid from our potatoes. We got our potatoes over on the board. Still not hearing me, huh, Voice Attack? I wish Voice Attack had better noise canceling. I'm pretty certain that's what the issue is. Like, it's too loud of an environment with all the fans and everything for it. Actually, let's use this one. That way we can still see the stove. Salt, pepper, and MSG are potatoes. Note to self, AFK bad. I lost half my viewers tonight. Because why not? Why not? What did I do with you? Oh. We'll throw our broccoli back in the stove, or back in the oven. Why do I keep calling my oven my stove tonight? I don't normally do that. Throw the broccoli back in the oven just to give it a little bit of a warm up. Do another temp check on our pork, which that's feeling nice now. Actually, we'll pull that out and allow that to just rest. Wow, that looks dark on that screen. That's not burnt at all. It's not even close to burnt. Yeah, that looks so much darker on screen. Cream cheese, huh? That's a little different. I like some sour cream. I like a little of that cultured flavor. I don't have any sour cream, but normally I'll throw some in there if I have some. I would think cream cheese would be pretty hard to mix in there. Just about everyone that's, you know, like high-end chef culinary world is like, you gotta heat it before you put it into your mashed potatoes. Do you heat your cream cheese before you mash them in? You sort of... I'm sure it makes for a drier or less moist. That favorite word of everyone's. Product. I want to grab that pan handle, but I can't grab that bare-handed. At least if I don't want to burn myself. Show everyone the dirty side of my hand towel. We're still going to give this a minute to rest here. I haven't really noticed a huge difference with hot and cold when it comes to mashed potatoes. I have very much noticed a difference between that when it comes to cream soups. Like, that's the other time that everyone's always, you gotta heat up the dairy before you mix it in. Cream soups. It does really help when you're making cream soups. The final product. There's the wrong knife to do this. Let's put this knife away for the night. Nice, Snowball. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, hopefully we don't have any people going crazy because of things going on in New York. That was looking rather ridiculous. Let's pull out the slicer knife that I never use, but still got engraved. Let's still give that another minute to rest. Gravy's good. You can turn the oven off. Broccoli is still gonna warm up nicely in there with it not heating. This gravy, man. Yeah. Yeah. Little salt. Needs a little salt. But that combo, just the apple, the mustard, the Vegemite, good stuff. Alright, let's give this some slicing action here and see what we got. What we have is still a toothpick that I haven't gotten out. That looking good. I'm happy with that cook. That's a piece of bacon. I was worried that was a scrap off of a toothpick or something. I think that turned out lovely. Alright, taters. I didn't leave room for broccoli. Yeah, chat didn't want broccoli anyways, did you? Nice, Cosmic. Our bacon and broccoli to go with our bacon and pork. I'm just going to throw all this broccoli on there. And last, but certainly not least, we got gravy time. grab a couple of photos for the Discord, for the Instagrams and what have you. I sort of go in phases where I post photos all over the place and then stop. I've been doing more photo posting lately. Never fails. Always get something on the side of the bowl. Like yesterday's dinner looked gorgeous in the bowl. And I looked at the pictures afterwards and they all had stuff on the side of the... You know, all the work to put everything nicely in the plate, and then... Broccoli was just tossed with a little bit of oil, some seasoning. There's some garlic, some ginger, some red pepper flake. And I had a leftover strip of bacon that didn't go with the other pork. So I tossed it in with that. Tossed it all in the bowl to make sure the oil and everything coated nicely. Just on a sheet pan for $3.50 for 20-30 minutes, somewhere in there. I tell you a time and it's not going to really matter the time because your oven's going to cook at different temperatures than mine, and it's always a problem with recipes and stuff. You got to know your equipment in comparison to average equipment, I guess. But there we go, folks. There is our Saturday night dinner. Give a better zoom on that. Let's see who's out there tonight. See if we can't say hello to someone tonight. Hey, Zeeks. Welcome in. I think I'm just going to leave it here for now, though. I'm going to be back here tomorrow night for my normal Sunday stream, continuing Vegetarian Week, which we obviously took a little bit of a break from for tonight with the extra stream. But going back to vegetarian foods on tomorrow night, going to be doing my own tomato sauce, going to be doing chicken. Gonna be doing ricotta cheese balls? Meatballs? Sorta? Something? So, meatballs and spaghetti, but it's gonna be vegetarian tomorrow night. We got Tuesday, we're gonna be doing Impossible Meat Tacos for Taco Tuesday this week. And we got the ingredient challenge, which you're still able to vote on in the Discord. We've got breakfast sausage, which seems to be running away with it, versus pepperoni this week. Whichever one of those wins, I'm going to have to use for dinner and dessert. So sweet and savory. Appreciate all of you coming and hanging out with me on an extra stream night tonight. I enjoyed hanging out with all of you. And have a great night, everyone. Good night.